Okay. All right. So now I'm live on YouTube. So it's a beautiful holiday season that we've been in, and I am grateful for the time. However, I have been dealing with some health challenges, and as much as I am positive, and I always am, and vibration, sometimes it can be challenging. And so at this time, I feel like I've been diving into and really getting connected with spirit and with God, and doing a lot of praying and a lot of meditating. But at this time, I feel like I am fighting for my life. And even as I work with other people, as I, work with clients, and as I um, share my gifts and my talents in um, recording my podcast and sharing that out, and going on the place, TikTok, and also YouTube, and actually speaking to people about healing, and also about what I love to talk about is intuitive development, and helping people to connect to their soul, to their bodies, to their spirits, so that they can receive and understand the messages that come for all of us. Because we all have intuitive gifts, and that's something that is one of my favorite things to talk about. And so, in that, there have been people that have come through my life that I've been able to help, and in ways that I had no idea that I could. Even as I am going through the things that I'm going through and the things that my body is dealing with, I still am able to help other people with the things that they're dealing with. And for me, it's been a blessing, but it was also a surprise that I could do that, because there have been days when I have felt so bad that I didn't want to be a burden to anybody else. So I haven't really even shared that with many people. Um, and so I wanted to just come on here and talk to y'all and tell you that if you are feeling any ways in that way, please open up and share with somebody that you can talk to, somebody that you can trust. I have a good friend that is going through something now that I feel, ooh, because I'm such an empathic person, and because I'm sure it's because my moon is in Pisces, and my sun is in Scorpio, that I feel so deeply, and I feel so deeply. And so at this time, I feel like I have started diving into myself. And it's what I encourage other people to do. It's what I encourage my clients, my friends, people that I know that I'm able to speak into their life. I encourage them to dive in to yourself. Find the God that is within you, and realize that it's time for us to begin to heal ourselves, because we can do that. And I actually was just watching a video, and that's what encouraged me and inspired me to come and talk to you guys about this, because it's so heavy on my heart about this, because so many people are dealing with so many things. I had a friend reach out and say that she had self-diagnosed herself with chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia. And I said, oh my God. I said, well, I actually was diagnosed with fibromyalgia back in 2010, but now they're saying they think it's chronic. It was chronic fatigue all along, because of what's going on now. And so I don't know if anybody realizes, but sometimes chronic fatigue can hit you so hard that you just can't even move. It's almost like you're paralyzed. Wherever you are is where you're going to stay, and that's what you have to do. And so what I'm learning is sometimes you just have to lean into that stuff, not fight it, but just lean in and allow it to pass through. And for me, I run energy through myself every single day. I run energy every day. And typically I do it before I get out of bed in the morning, and I do it when I get in the bed at night. And sometimes I do it in the day, just a quick, run it through. And so, and the other thing is too, paying attention to the signs, paying attention to the lessons that come for you as you are processing these things, because we do process all kinds of things. And so, um, one of the things that I think is crucial is when you begin to have different type of issues and illnesses and sicknesses and diseases and things come at you, um, you don't want to internalize it. However, you don't want to fight it, because we always want to stay away from the fight or flight response, which it really isn't necessary. However, if you don't get yourself in the proper vibration, you will do that. That's what you'll do. It's like uh you want to be healed so bad, and you may be taking a lot of medicine. You may have to, if you have cancer, and you may be doing chemotherapy or anything like that. Um, you have to just allow your body to heal and listen for the messages and look for the signs that are coming for you, because they're going to always come. They're going to come. But you have to be in a place where you can receive it. And so that is why I wanted to come and talk to you guys today, just to share a little bit about that, because I know that I haven't been present as much as I like to in the group, but that's because I have been really busy, and I also have had so many things that I've been dealing with, that I've been hit with, as far as my health. I know that everything is okay. The thing is everybody else around me is worried. I've got doctors that are like, oh, you got to see this specialist, that specialist. I got 3 specialists I got to see, and I really have not. And people think that it's because I don't want to pay attention to it, or because I'm not, being realistic is what I hear. But I'm being realistic. I'm actually being delusional, because I believe that God did not bring me this far to leave me. And I believe that um, everything in our life is a part of our journey. And so I have not an issue with it. I cannot see that I'm going to die anytime soon, if that makes sense. So I know that, I don't have a problem with it. So everybody else is around me. Oh, you need to run and get that done. Oh, you need to run to this one, and oh, that. And you guys know that before the pandemic, it was bad, but post pandemic, it's horrible to try to get in to see, especially a specialist. Like, I have one specialist that I'm supposed to see, and I could not get in until February. And I tried to call like 2 weeks ago, and early November, I think, is when I got the referral, and I tried to call, and I can't get in to see them until February. Another one, they have to call me back, because the doctor has to look at my information and decide whether he wants to see me, although my primary referred me. So, it's that type of shit that you have to deal with. However, I'm not really concerned about it. I'm not, because I'm not doing anything crazy anyway, because I know that the healer lives inside of me. I know that God, source, universe is my healer, and they live inside of me. I know this. So I know that there are things that I need to do, and one of them is get quiet. One of them is get quiet. And so that is what I have done. I've gotten quiet and dived within, so that I can allow my body to heal. And I've been commanding my body to heal, because that is something that we have divine right to do, to command our body to heal, to come correct, to live where it needs to live. This is something that we can do. And I am doing it. I call myself an energy healer, and I have helped so many people, and I can help so many people but can I help myself? Now, that doesn't mean that don't get support, because sometimes you need to get support. Sometimes other people can help you from the outside because they're not in the middle of it, so they can help you. However, um, you have the power and the gift to heal yourself. And this is something that I have learned and I am learning through my own experience, is that we have that power and that gift. So I want to encourage you, if you are dealing with anything, any type of illness, any type of chronic, whatever, and I'm not looking for, advice or none of that stuff. I got that covered. Thank you. But I wanted to just share, because I know that if I'm dealing with that, then other people are as well. And I want to share that it can be done, that you can heal yourself. You don't have to. I don't care what they say, because who are they anyway? And why are you allowing them to speak into your life? I refuse. I had a doctor telling me, oh, well, now you're pre-diabetic. I said, no, I'm not. I refused it immediately. I said, no, I'm not. I'm not. I refuse to accept anything, any label that you want to put on me because of your limited knowledge of spirit. And so you can do that. You don't have to accept any kind of thing that they try to give you. To me, what that means is I need to take accountability for myself. I needed to start back working out like I needed to. I needed to work on my diet, don't eat so much. And I tell people, I'm of the mind that everything in moderation, and, you can eat what you want, but just don't eat a lot of anything. And so that typically is what I try to do. So I know that if my body is out of alignment, then there are things that I need to do to get it into alignment. Why? Because I'm 55 years old. So I've been in this body for 55 years and I kind of know it. And so you have to understand your body and know that you know your body, and don't allow anybody to tell you about your own body. Don't allow anybody to put anything on you. Don't allow them to speak death over you. Don't allow labels to hit you. Don't allow it. If they try to come at you with that stuff, just say, whatever. No, I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it. I don't care what you say. No. Because there are so many things and so many ways and so many different treatments that you can do that are natural, that will help to heal you. One of which is believing that you can be healed and speaking life into your own cells. And so that's one of the things that I do as well. I speak life into my cells. I speak goodness, peace, justice, all of those things I speak over myself. So you can do the same. You can speak life over yourself. You cannot allow people to put labels on you and to define your existence. To me, that is what that is about. You're allowing somebody to define your existence. I refuse to allow anybody to tell me who the fuck I am. I refuse. I refuse to allow people to take something that I'm dealing with and put me in a box. No, you're not putting me in a box. I don't care who you are, because I know who I am. And that is something that to me is the greatest gift. And I didn't always feel this way, and I wasn't always this empowered about myself. But I have decided, I have set my intentions, and I have decided that I don't care what anyone says about me. I know who I am. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you got 25,000 degrees. That ain't got nothing to do with me. And so you have to get so solidified in yourself that this is how you feel. Like, okay, yeah, all right, you say that this is what's going on. Okay, whatever. But I don't have to accept it. And I don't have to live by your standards, because who the hell are you to tell me what to do anyway? And I credit my mother for that, because I remember one time I was a little girl and I went home. I think about second grade or something. And I went home and I said, Mommy, they were talking about me and they said this. Well, I told my grandmother, I said, they were talking about me and they said this. And my grandmother said, well, they talked about Jesus and you see what happened to him. And that's what my grandmother said, because of course she's a pastor, so that's what she said. But my mother said, well, do they do anything for you? Do they take care of you? Do they pay any bills for you? Do they buy you any clothes or any food or anything like that? No? Well, then why do you give a fuck? And that's something that I will always remember that my mother taught me, and so I'm still that way today. You don't do nothing for me, then why the hell do I care what you think? You're nobody to me. You're not in my life. Why do I care? And I feel that way about any of these people that come and say, oh, well, you got this, you got that, blah, blah, blah. Because you can accept it if you want to. You don't have to. Just because they say it doesn't mean it's true. And just because they tell you it does not mean you have to believe it. And I truly believe that so many people have left this earth because, doctors and specialists and all these people have told them, that they had this and that and, and they were going to die. And I just listened to a guy's story. He said they told him he would be dead in 7 days. And that was some years ago. He's still here, because he refused to accept it and believe it. And you know what? We all have that power. And I don't know about you, but I've decided to accept my power and to step into my reality, because reality is what you make it. My reality is my reality. It might not be yours, but that ain't got nothing to do with me or you. So you make a decision and you decide if this is a reality for you. You decide if you're going to open that door to healing, if you are going to step into that place and you're going to start doing the things that you need to do. You decide that. You decide. It's not me. It ain't got nothing to do with me. So I am super grateful to be here speaking to you, and I hope that this message has touched someone's heart. If you are watching the replay, make sure you hit #replay. If you're watching it on YouTube, I appreciate you and thank you for watching and joining me. And if you have comments or if you have questions, I would love to entertain any of those. If you are interested in working with me, if you are interested in finding your muse, if you are interested in connecting to the healer within you, reach out to me and let's do a session. And if you live in the Western Washington area, I am doing in-person sessions shortly. So those are actually phenomenal, because I do it like a retreat, like a mini retreat. My in-person sessions, I have candles, I have crystals, and I treat you like a queen or a king. And so I'm so excited about that. God has opened doors for me in order to be able to help people in a way that I know that I'm supposed to. And that's in person. I love the Zoom call. So if you're somewhere else, I'll definitely love to do a Zoom with you. And then I also do distant remote ones where, I have a partner and we just work on you remotely. And she's an amazing healer as well as I am. And so we together, we're like dynamite, like TNT. So I have that available as well. So anyhow, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I truly do appreciate your time, because, you could watch something else. You could be anywhere else, watching anything else, listening to anybody else. You could be on TikTok live with somebody, which I am going to be doing as well. We actually have fun. And my husband and I do Sunday service with the Morrison, so you can catch that as well on TikTok. We do Sunday service there typically. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I hope that this message has served you well and that you got something out of it, and that you have a wonderful, magical day, evening, night, weekend, whatever it is when you are watching this, because I know this stuff lives forever on these platforms. So again, thank you so much for joining. And also make sure that you are watching my show, Straight Out of Savannah, or listening to the podcast on any of the podcast networks you can find it. Spotify, it starts on Anchor FM, it's on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Listen Now, Radio Breaker, um, Lord, pretty much anywhere that you can get your podcast, you can get Straight Out of Savannah. So I would appreciate it if you listen to it. But this last one that is on Spotify is amazing. I interviewed my friend Beth Holman, who is a medium who teaches mediumship now. And that was such a fun show. So I would love it if you would pop over there and watch it. I'll actually drop the link to that in the comments once I'm done. But I really appreciate that. So, again, thank you for hanging out. Those of you that are in the group, I appreciate you. I put out some different things to see if anybody wanted to have sessions like at a discount because you're in the group. I have discounted sessions for you. So I put that out, and if somebody wants to have it, reach out to me. If not, have a wonderful rest of your day. And I hope that your day is magical, that every day is magical for you. So, again, thank you for joining. Bye now. Thank you, baby, for joining.